All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily, where we post daily Houston Rockets content. If that is something you enjoy this video, hit the like button, hit that sub button, man. We're trying to hit 2,000 subs here sometime in June. Let's hit it. Evidently, Eric Gordon will be the starting three next season. Now, I have so many opinions on this, and it's just super interesting because, on one side, if we're talking like, if you're trying to get younger and you're trying to, completely and fully develop your younger players, I would say 100% playing the younger players is in your best interest. But at the same time, we're trying to establish a culture. We're trying to establish this certain, yes, we had the worst record in this year's draft, or in this past season, yes. But you still can't count on us to be an easy win because it's not going to last long. So my thing with Eric Gordon starting is this. If there is no proper alternative, then I'm fine with it. Because here's the thing with Eric Gordon. And my boy Will Bias tweeted this earlier today. I think it was Will Bias. I actually think I am wrong, but shout out Will Bias as it is. Anyways, Eric Gordon completely revitalized his career with Houston. Completely. He came in here and he gave us everything, dude. He gave us everything. And he is the only OG on the roster right now that was like boys with James Harden in that era. And so at his age, 33 years old, getting up there in age, yeah, it's not the best contract. And yes, I would ideally want him to come off of the bench. I'm fine, and in fact, I would, from a fan standpoint, not from a creator standpoint, like the idea of Eric Gordon retiring with the Houston Rockets, it's music to my ears, dude. That's just like, how can you not like that, right? So, it's tough because, and I'm going to make a whole video on this. I think Chet's going to go 3. I'm pretty convinced Chet is not going to be picked in the first two picks of the draft, and I'm pretty sure the Rockets are going to get Chet, which is news to me. This is like in recent development. But essentially, we're looking at a starting lineup of KPJ, Jalen Green, Eric Gordon, whoever we draft most likely, and then Christian Wood. Before people freak out, Eric Gordon will not start the whole season. He's not going to start the whole season. And in fact, I'm kind of intrigued to see Jaysean off the bench, but I've been seeing a lot of people talk about KJ Martin. Well, first off, let me go back to Jae'Sean Tate. If he develops a jump shot, this is going to be a different story. And like if Jae'Sean Tate legitimately gets a jump shot and a three-point shot, he will be starting soon. Don't worry about it, all right? KJ Martin doesn't have the quickness to be the 3, in my opinion. Like, yes, I would love for him to be the 3 spot, but if we're being real here, I think he is better as like a hybrid 4. Like he's a rim getter. He can shoot threes, yeah. But get that man downhill, dude, cuz he can throw that down. So I want KJ getting downhill as often as possible. So I'm not like itching my chops. I'm not licking my chops itching to get KJ the starting 3 spot. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we're trying to establish a winning culture. Christian Wood most likely won't be a Houston Rocket for much longer. What did we see with Jalen Green? This is what Will Bias was talking about earlier today. What did we see with Jalen Green? We saw a pretty, the word bad is not the proper answer. It was a pretty inconsistent first half of his career. He's a rookie from the G League. That is expected, right? So we saw Jalen Green struggle. He was still putting up like 15 points per game at the All-Star break. And what happened after that? The dude dropped 20 every single night. I think he missed a couple of nights, but like 75% of the games post All-Star break, this dude dropped 20 or more. He showed us he can be that guy, and he flashed superstar potential. So that's the thing right now, is Houston's in this weird phase where, they had Harden 2 years ago, and then it was a rebuild almost. But it didn't feel like a rebuild because it's like we just had Harden, we were just competing for the Western Conference Finals a handful of years ago, and now we have the worst record. This can't last long. It's got to be a retool or something. It's a rebuild. It's like in between a rebuild and a retool. It's like a quick rebuild and then retooling it. So if Houston drafts Jabari, he's probably going to start at the 4. I can't think of somebody who's going to start at the 3 for the Houston Rockets that would make like all that much sense over Eric Gordon. And that's the tough reality of it. And it's not that tough of a reality because Eric Gordon's a hooper. Personally, I think Eric Gordon is more suited for a 6-man role at this point in his career. So whether or not the Houston Rockets trade this man, the thing is he's not going to start the whole season. He did finish the season starting for the Rockets, which, I mean, it really surprised me. But, winning like 8 games in a season is extremely demoralizing. It gets the fans not involved. It doesn't attract free agents. It demoralizes the entire team, top to bottom. Like, we might get the first pick in the draft, but as we just saw this year, we had the worst record in the NBA and we get the 3rd pick. That's just the way she goes. So I think people are getting their panties in a twist on Eric Gordon starting for no reason. Let's see what happens in the draft. Let's see what happens in free agency. Let's see what happens in summer league. Let's see what happens in the preseason. Let's see how this season goes. Because I have a hard time believing Eric Gordon, no matter how, like maybe if the Rockets are a playoffs squad heading into the All-Star break, maybe Eric Gordon continues to start because at that point it's working. We have enough of Brooklyn's first round. We have enough first round picks where if we were to even like just pull like a out of nowhere like Raptor almost turnaround or Cavs almost turnaround where we get like the 5th seed in the West, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So I've been seeing a lot of people just get upset with Eric Gordon, and I just don't think it's that deserving. First off, the month is still May. This past season is technically not over. We're still watching basketball. There was basketball on tonight, and it was the Eastern Conference Finals. We're still in the conference finals, and people are freaking out about Eric Gordon starting next season. I don't think it's that deep. Do I think, at the end of the day, is John Wall going to get traded? Honestly, probably not. Is Eric Gordon going to get traded? Probably not. Is Christian Wood going to get traded? Probably not. Is Jae'Sean Tate going to get traded? Probably not. Like, will one of those guys get traded? There's a chance. There's a possibility. I wouldn't say it's crazy at all. But, like, I trust Stone. I trust the Rockets. And, even if you don't want to trust Stone, even if you don't want to trust Silas, you have no other option. You have no other option. Figure it out, right? So we'll see how this season goes. But Eric Gordon, it was all over Rockets Twitter today, and I'm like, I just don't think it's this deep. I really don't think it's this deep. So that's it for today, man. Let me know down below what are your thoughts on Eric Gordon starting for us next season. Just anything. Let me know. Hit the like button, hit that sub button, and as always, I actually haven't promoted this live in a while, but I do have a daily NBA podcast show with my boy Sirio Asio down below. The link's gonna be in the bio. I'll throw it in the comment section. Hopefully I'll try and remember that. But yeah, we're live currently Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and once the off season gets going, we'll be doing it 5 days a week, and it's literally live. So like you can come in, and if you want us to talk Rockets, say something, right? So it's super cool. We just finished our 2nd week, and it's super fun. Asio is a dope ass dude, and I'm really excited about it. So, and we also post clips, or he posts clips on the YouTube channel. So that's linked down below, and I'll throw it in the comment section. But appreciate you guys watching. Peace.